Mbulabinaka ED403 colleagues, this is my video for part 1 of assignment 4. First, a brief explanation about the course that I am a part of. It is called ED403 Pacific Worlds. It is one of the 4 generic courses in the undergraduate program at USB and is taught at the 200 level. The main purpose of this course is to teach USB students about Pacific consciousness. There are a total of 5 units in the course. I have selected Unit 2, which is entitled Roots and Routes, Oceania Origins and Traditions, to teach on for the purpose of this assignment. The learning outcomes of Unit 2 are as follows. First, to explain about wayfinding. Secondly, to outline various theories of migration in the Pacific. Third, to discuss the evidence for migrations based on archaeological data, linguistics, human biology, and the distribution of domesticated plants and animals. Finally, students are to reflect upon oral history and its significance. For this lesson, I will focus on learning objective 1, which is wayfinding. Now, I will explain a little bit about wayfinding. Wayfinding, it is the method of navigating without the use of modern instruments. In other words, Pacific ancestors, they used nature to help guide them on their journey when they are sailing in the ocean. For example, the use of stars, the use of waves, the use of birds. These were all features of nature that Pacific Island ancestors used to navigate their way across the Pacific Ocean. It's quite a remarkable feat when you think about it. Nowadays, modern sailors, they rely on GPS, they rely on a compass even to guide them as they navigate their way around the ocean. In the past, Pacific Islands ancestors did not need to rely on such instruments. Their knowledge was stored in their mind, it was passed down from their forefathers, and they used this knowledge to enable them to navigate their way around the ocean from one Pacific island to the next. The second learning outcome talks about the different theories of migration to the Pacific, the different groups of people that arrived into the Pacific, who are the ancestors of the modern day indigenous Pacific Islanders, as well as the time period in which they came. The third learning outcome looks at the evidence that have been used to create these theories of migration, and these evidence are based on archaeological data, linguistics, human biology, the distribution of domesticated plants and animals. These are used as evidence for the theories of Pacific migration that we have today. Finally, in UU204, we value oral history. And as you can see in ILO 4, students are encouraged to reflect on their own oral history and see if there are any, for example, migration theory or migration stories in their oral history or traditional knowledge of wayfinding that would be useful in addressing this topic. The lesson will be delivered online using a PowerPoint presentation. It is broken down into parts as follows. First will be a definition of wayfinding. Secondly, a discussion of the main facets of wayfinding based on the arrival lecture notes by Radrod and Kauvaka. Next, students will be given the link to view a virtual reality video on sailing the Hokulea. This is a Hawaiian traditional canoe that the students can view as a virtual reality video and kind of put themselves in the place of the sailors of this particular sailing craft. Finally, students are to write and submit a journal reflection on the topic of wayfinding. This is to be submitted in the Dropbox. So some time will be taken to explain about this activity and the marking rubric. As has been mentioned already, the exhibit that will be used in this particular lesson is a virtual reality video to give students a feel of what it's like to be on a Pacific canoe and to be navigating their way across the ocean using nature as their guide. And the formative assessment that students will be doing is the journal, as has been mentioned, journal reflection of 300 words long, worth 10% on the topic of wayfinding, to be submitted in the Dropbox. Thank you very much for listening. Please feel free to leave your comment in the discussion forum or below the video.